What is up, guys? Mcdoubles back again with a brand new video. We're back on Tyronda today, our Tyronda Whisperwind recreation of the Priestess of the Moon on the Area 52 server on Project Ascension, classless World of Warcraft, my friends. We're going to continue the Ranger build. We're going to dominate with it, pull massive DPS, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's jump right in. Guys, I just logged in. It's really late at night. I opened my mailbox. It's just full of people sending me stuff on the Area 52 server. I didn't ask for anything, dude. I asked for nothing. Apparently, I got Lich Lord plate armor from Healing Yuwu. A pouch of runes to put it on. Like a bunch of random enchants. An Arrows of Fire. Thank you, Carcia. I did actually end up getting this, though. Another one right there. So many. Focus Burst? I don't actually have that one. Thank you, Absalom. But, like, holy crap. And this dude, he said, hey, Mcdoubles, hope this helps. Have fun with it. Incarnation Moonkin Astral Form, which, by the way, is like 3,000 gold on the auction house.
Nice.
Thank you, but I guess I have no choice but to devote some talent points to Astral Form and Moonkin rather now, just so I can look more like the true Priestess of Elune, and also so you can get your 3,000 gold worth. Jeez, guys, and then just look at all the Bloodforge gear too. And I don't plan to PvP, so in a lot of ways I feel bad, you know. Like, I do. This guy said, don't worry about it. He found all of it in high risk. So I do appreciate that. I feel less bad. But okay, guys, I do appreciate all of you who sent me something on this character. I guess people are extremely hype for the Area 52 stuff. And I don't blame you. You know, I've been looking at this server for a couple months now. I've watched it grow on the sidelines. The TBC content is surprisingly fresh as hell. And I guess we're going to do another video here. So thank you, guys. All right, boys, I'm looking fresh. I've got my Astral Moonkin form on, and they were right. It does make me feel more like the Priestess of Elune, the Priestess of the Moon, Tyronda Whisperwind herself, and I like it. I think in the comment section, one of you also recommended Alkin Frenzy, although I cannot rely on the tank losing aggro and me taking damage just to get 10% arcane damage when my build is mostly fire. You know what I mean? And the base mana that I'm getting and stuff here, it's not really helping either, so. Oh, also, I just saw in your comment that you said that I could get rid of the Berserker stance. I will get rid of it now. However, it does actually give ranged crit, and I can show you that right here. Just look at my stats. I'm in Berserker stance. Look at my ranged crit, 32%. Now I'm in Moonkin, 29, so it does work. So let's start it off, right? I did promise not only heroics, but also mythic dungeons with this character. We will jump into it, right? I'm very curious. You know, the normals ended up being super easy. You saw at the end of my last video, if you made it all the way. Always stick it out, by the way, the whole way. I have hidden nugs, man, all throughout the videos. I explain things that you guys leave comments on. You saw the heroic. We got a brand new bow. The bow is a 112 item level, not particularly fascinating. And I also heard some rumors from people that they could not get into mythics at 108, even though 108 item level is what I was told. And apparently what is also on the Ascension website. Could be a bug. We'll find out when we get there. We're at 80 item level, and of course 108 is the goal for this video, so that we could try getting into these mythics and seeing if they're actually hard. But we're gonna go ahead and queue for a heroic, see what we get into, hopefully pull some gear, and hopefully top 2 DPS. You know, that's what I'm going for. So I'll see you guys when it pops. By the way, multi-shot into the Starfall. Let's start going for yes. How am I last, dude? How am I last? It makes no sense. How's that dude 8.3k with Seed of Corruption? You know how much I want to kill myself just seeing that? I will take second place DPS, but look how close we all are. Like, nobody is not putting in their 2 cents right now. Everybody. By the way, where's my hunter's mark? I don't even have my hunter's mark because I had to switch to this form and redo my bar. There it is. Put that on for sure. Definitely going to be last place DPS now. So I like to break out the aim shot after the first EXPLO. The reason I like to do that is because it just straight up starts my Kindle buff. And that just feels good. Every time I cast EXPLO without the Kindle buff, I feel stupid. You know, that's probably for the better, by the way. And you guys did tell me I need to not stack too heavily, at least, the EXPLO shot when I get a lock and load proc. Wow, people are actually dying. And that's because, you know, the damage, it's a dot, right? The damage is obviously a dot. I can go for an arcane shot. Some of you guys said weave the steady. No. Oh, God, no. I steady shot. Did I miss the buff? I didn't miss the buff. Remember, if this weak aura doesn't go away, I did not miss my Kindle for fire buff. If it stays the whole time, we're on top. Mantle of 3 Terrors. Okay, not what I want. Pretty cool, though. And by the way, second place DPS, I will take that. The guy beating me is playing Harbinger of Pestilence, which I play that on the random realms. It's probably the best build on here as well. In fact, I heard that if you use a pet on here, and oh my god, it's so crazy. I guess you could use the pet enchant that either turns it into doing shadow damage or into nature damage, but either way, apparently when you stack your plague buff with Harbinger, you get 100% more plague damage, I believe, and the plague counts for either shadow or nature. So what happens is it boosts your pet's damage with those enchants by 100%. And when some dude told me that on this server the other day, I was like, dude, what am I even doing on the random realms right now? How much content did we miss by me not having a pet? How much DPS did I miss? So those are the types of things I'm thinking of. So I'll take Harbinger being ahead of me right now. Every single guy I've played against who plays an Archer build gets destroyed by me on average pulls. Like when Mythic Plus comes out, you're not going to want to play a copy and paste EXPLO build. You're going to want to slap Starfall on it because every 1.5 minutes, you're going to pull 15k DPS, I'm going to guess, right, with gear. Because I pull stupid good DPS right now. And the Starfall just adds to it in such a crazy cool way. And by the way, it feels good. You can't beat that. A lot of people don't want to build things to make them feel good anymore. They just want to build it to do maximum DPS. So for example, you guys are like, stand still. Your auto shots aren't going off as much. Dude, I get it. And I can make myself stand still. I should just train myself as well. Maybe that should be the ultimate thing we take from this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have to have this talent right here to maximize my DPS. If I stand still for 6 seconds, all of my hunter abilities, basically, right, are doing 12% more damage. You can't really beat 12% damage, basically, for free. And I have an excuse now when I stand in the fire. Oh, God, I'm like, oh, no, I stood in the purple fire. I don't know, today's just a happy day, my friends. It's just a happy day, you know? You ever just have a happy day? You're feeling pumped. You're feeling ready to go. And a lot of it comes down to just enjoying the class that I'm playing, enjoying the play style that I created, and there's a peace of mind. And I mean this, by the way. I'm always real with you guys, even if you think I'm being goofy. But there is a peace of mind that comes with building it yourself and knowing you're not missing anything. Does that make sense? Like, if I lose to someone, by the way, on the DPS charts, I can never say, well, they have a better build than me. What am I going to do? Say, you know, not switch to a better build for no reason? I'm punishing myself on purpose right now. And that's better than RNG punishing me. You know what I mean? I think the strategy is that you just arcane shot after every EXPLO, right? And then you EXPLO again. The problem is you guys said don't waste a arcane shot on the lock and load proc. And while I get that, that's a level of min-max I don't think is really relevant. I just don't think it's relevant right now. I think you could do Ascended and you could still mess that up and it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes things are so tiny. By the way, first place on that pull. I will take it. Well, I just popped all my cooldowns. I don't have the black arrow up and I did not start with the EXPLO shot. And I say all of that on purpose, so I do have some excuse if I'm in last DPS.
Hold on. This whole operation was your idea.
I do like the deadly shot. Nobody actually recommended I go focused burst. I think you guys need to understand the relevance of that. In all of my videos, somebody's critical of something I do. That's just the nature of being on the internet, and you have to learn how to have thick skin if you're going to put yourself out there. That much I understand, and I get that. But the fact that no one criticized this, when you have no reason why you can't do it, by the way, no one's going to punish you, right, is amazing, which means some of you guys out there, oh no, I'm going to miss it. Oh, I didn't miss it. I'm talking about the Kindle for Fire buff. Some of you guys out there must be agreeing with me that deadly shot seems like it could be good. One of the things I like it for is that it allows me to maintain a smoother play style so that I don't have to steady shot to maintain the Kindle, which I guess I've talked about enough at this point. You guys understand why that's relevant to me. Again, when I build builds, I build them almost 100% primarily for fun. However, I do also want to do good. So, you know, finding that mix of, can I make something that's fun for me but also better than everybody else? That alone is extremely fun for me. It gets my juices going, it gets my brain going, it makes me feel satisfied, it makes me feel like I'm working on like an important project, you know. But I need to meet both criteria. I think most people that min-max, they only have half of my brain there, which is why they're better than me in a lot of ways, right? They think, okay, I only want to make it good. Raw logic, zero emotion. I'm including the emotion, I admit that. And by the way, I already knew both of these weren't good for me. What we're seeing here, friends, is Millennium Blade, the 1H tanking sword, if you can't find anything better. I think you could also pick this up for a rogue sometimes if you went combat in TBC, but it was like, I think it was low tier, but the hit rating's not bad. And then we have caster crap, right? So don't want that. I don't know if I'm going to get anything from this dungeon, guys. The problem is I really like Black Morass. There is something about this dungeon though that's just good. I think it's the fact that it's just so linear. And sometimes I like that. It's linear in a fun way, you know? It's like, okay, every 2 minutes or whatever it is, making this up, right? Random Rift Keepers spawn, and then every some odd after that, you fight a boss. And that's pretty nice, right? I like the structure. I like knowing a boss is coming, and they tend to drop good loot too. By the way, first place again. It looks like we're pretty consistent 3K. What surprises me, I think, the most about this server, though, is that the DPS is not actually as impressive as I thought it was going to be compared to the vanilla server. Could change, by the way. And I do want to make it clear that anybody that was meta on the vanilla server and did DPS that really is way above the pack, right? I'm talking people that could 5, 6, 7K consistent on a LAR, which, by the way, is possible. I guess those builds might be able to do like 10K DPS. That would be my guess, right? 10K DPS, could we imagine that? I think we can. But what I'm surprised by is that, like, the average numbers, like, I'm in heroics on TBC, on this server at least, are way harder than they were on the LAR server. On the LAR, they're irrelevant. That's the crazy thing. On this server, it's like a first step. Like, and the reason it's different is because the item level you need to get in the mythics is just higher. It's bloated more. So I can get into, let's say, a heroic like I am right now at 70 item level, but I can't get into a mythic supposedly until 108. And it could be higher based on what I've heard, right? So we'll have to figure that out. So what you're seeing is a lot of heroics that you need to run, or possibly low tier raids, right? Before you can even get into a mythic dungeon. And that's because originally this was real TBC, where heroics were actually some of the end game content. And that's pretty exciting. I like that. That's why I'm very curious as to how difficult mythics will be. And I want to be swamped, by the way. You can't learn until you lose. That's a true fact right there. If you didn't learn anything from my videos, hopefully you learn that. All right, here comes the Starfall. No, get off me. Why did I just silencing shot that? That was pretty much irrelevant. Where's this black arrow? There it is. So I am actually multi-shotting on accident over the aim shot because my brain really did contemplate the focus burst RE, which I'll just put on the screen at this point. I'm not going to trinket this because I want to talk. Yeah, so I put that on the screen. The focus burst RE, it makes multi-shot single target and not AoE. And then if you get that, you know, multi-shot becomes, I believe it becomes better than aim shot. That's my guess. I feel like it would. All right, all cooldowns, black arrow. Explosive shot. I'm gonna aim shot personally here to start the buff. Arcane shot. Multi. Go for the EXPLO. We're gonna steady, and then we're gonna EXPLO again, and then I'm gonna arcane shot. Jesus Christ, is this going perfect into the aim shot for the Kindle? Did I maintain it? I did. Okay. And I think I might have lost the Kindle. No, I didn't. Wow. Holy crap. Steady to keep it up. I'm going to actually trinket that aim shot because I get really paranoid about the Kindle. I'm going to multi here. How am I not in first with all the effort I'm putting in right now? Like, imagine. So as I'm editing this, I realized it's because you're strafing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not valuing this enough, man. Maybe I should just stand still. In the next dungeon, I'm going to stand still, and we'll try that. Like, imagine the amount of effort going in right now to be in third place single target DPS. It's actually kind of sad, like on multiple levels. All right, I am maintaining the Kindle and stuff though, which makes me feel good. I am getting better at my build. All right, so we've got tank gear, right? Is that quantum tank gear? Oh, look at that. On my rogue, I know I wanted that. That's not a normal drop, the quantum blade. Do I take it? Yeah, nobody needed it, so why wouldn't I take it, right? It is better than what I've got. 102 attack power. I'm getting the same exact stats that I'd be giving up, but in higher quantities. You have to understand my weapons aren't good. So I'm going to take the Quantum Blade, and then Pauldrons of the Crimson Flight is just kind of meh. It'd be good if I was using those stats, but I'm not. Okay, first heroic, and for the majority of it, we did pretty damn well. We were doing a pretty decent amount of DPS consistent, and we actually got some gear. It's not really going to be an item level increase because one of my items is really low and one of them is actually pretty high. Oh wait, does it actually average out? Yes, it does, to +1, and I get to have this giant Quantum Blade. All right, that's my first epic, by the way, on the character. I'll take it. I think I may have not been greedy enough with the EXPLO shot on that fight. I won't lie, sometimes I play this, everything's on autopilot, and my DPS isn't first, and I'm like, how? How is that even possible? You know, it's weird how it works like that sometimes. All right, so far, I've done heroic Hellfire Ramparts and heroic Alcatraz, and I've got no loot somehow from both of them. So remember, the whole point is to grab some new stuff, to raise that item level up, and to get in the mythics. I'm going to keep grinding, but I did just want to let you guys know, 2 heroics in, Nothing. All right, guys, I went ahead and got some PvP gear just to fill in the level 30 and 20 gear gap that I had, and also to get the proper stats. You can see my mana is way higher than it was before. My AP is as high as it's ever been at 1816. My bonus damage with no buffs, so this is actually deceiving, is 846. Really, really high, actually. So that put our item level, though, at 113, meaning we can do mythic dungeons on item level alone. So I just now realized why that guy said he could not get into mythics even though he met the item level requirement, and why I couldn't either. And I even already knew, I just for some reason didn't connect the two. I have to farm reputation, guys, and you know, it's the same thing that you have to do on regular Burning Crusade. Instead of farming the keys for heroic mode, you farm the keys for mythic mode. So that is what I'm going to do. I think the reputation I'm going to focus on is actually going to be Honor Hold. It unlocks a few dungeons, and it could have some pretty cool stuff. Plus, they are the dungeons that you've probably seen a tidbit already on, where actual new stuff has been added, new effects, new boss mechanics. So I want to try that and see how it goes. As you can see, I'm doing quests now in Hellfire Peninsula. I'm going to keep doing that and hopefully get revered reputation fairly quickly. Okay, the correct thing to do now that we're honored is to farm any of the 3 dungeons that we can that are associated with Honor Hold: Blood Furnace, Shattered Halls, Hellfire Ramparts, and that's going to be the way that we get our reputation to revered. Now, one of you guys had a pretty good idea. You said to simulate the Scouting Owl. If I don't want something that's going to go into combat, I should just go to Darnassus and buy an owl pet. So I'm doing it. I'm gonna buy both. We'll see which one is better. Okay, the black one, or the brown one just makes more sense, right? So we'll go with that. And we'll make sure the little owl is out all the time. This is our little scouting owl now, guys. We are truly the Priestess of the Moon. All right, guys, Shattered Halls. And as you can see, this is going to be the one way before we complete it, by the way, that actually gets me to revered. It's way faster on Ascension than anything from the base game. First of all, I think it's only 4 to 5 dungeons once you get to honored. 4 to 5, guys. Like, that is child's play for a grind, but it's good. That's how it should be, you know, because you remember there's a bunch of other reps that have to go up as well, and all these dungeons need to be spammed, and then of course eventually the Mythic Plus versions as well, right? So I like it. I think it's a much better pace. Starfall, by the way. Look at that AoE. I'm getting used to using the trap more often now. The explosive trap, actually. And I think I might kind of want to get the random enchant that's going to increase the damage of Starfall on anybody that I have explosive trap on. Another cool part about the explosive trap is that it's actually a lock and load procer. So, you know, the black arrow is not my only thing. I like this. I'm also using the focus burst now, guys. So I went ahead and switched just to try it. And turns out it's way better than I thought it was. And here's why. Every single one of the shots, as you can see, gives me a stack of Kindle for the fire. Now, what that means is that now one multi-shot in that way, right, is automatically giving me 10% more fire damage. It's just so bonkers. It's nutty. And for that and that alone, and you can see my AoE is still great. I'm in first place DPS. That's a running theme, by the way, right now. Yeah, I think I'm fine with this. I think I like this more. I think I know why people did this. I think, you know, this is better than I thought for that alone. I thought it was going to give 1 proc. Can I just be honest? That's where I messed up there. If it gives 5, that's more fun to me than the AoE that I would have got from not having the enchant. So I get that now, right? All right, Bloodguard Perung. He's almost dead. I do remember doing this dungeon a little bit now that I think about it. I've definitely done this one before, just so little that I don't remember the mechanics. But I don't recall maybe I recall the fire. I don't know if there's any new mechanics on this guy. Once again, let me know. And a pretty interesting necklace. Mine's actually better, believe it or not, Bone Chain over the Bloodguard's Necklace of Ferocity. I want the Agi, I guess. Also, the hit rating's nice. Second to last boss, Warbringer Omrog. Hopefully it's a pretty diverse fight with new mechanics, right? Same thing as before. Tell me if you see anything. Look at my DPS compared to everybody else. Look at this. It's like not even close. You know, I haven't been there since Harbinger of Pestilence with any of the builds I've made. They've been good builds a lot of the time, but this is like above and beyond good. I have not tried a Ranger build in Season 7, guys. I guess I messed up everything there. Let's just disengage. I'm gonna lose my buff. That was a mistake. Yep, I lost it. It's, you know, one thing I noticed, by the way, it's less damning because I can just get it right back up to full with one multi-shot, basically, right? Maybe an aim shot after that just to round it all out. I think we're gonna end at about 3.5k if I can consistently do this, right? Keep the buff up. There we go. Yeah, I was right. I'll take it. Skyfire Hawk Bow. Oh, wow. The problem I've noticed is that these 112 bows, first of all, it's somehow worse than a 105, you know, PvP bow. Second of all, they all just have way lower base attack and the same speed. It's so weird. Like, something about this Wrathtide, for some reason, at a 105 item level is just better than everything above it. So I think I want a mythic version of this, right? That would be a perfect amount of hit rating. All right, Kargath Blade Fist. Is this one normal, right? Is this one normal, guys? Is where he's like super blade storming all over the place. Yeah, like this blade storm thing is ridiculous. I'm just standing. I don't care. It's just stop it. Jesus Christ, why? Why me? Oh my gosh. This is such a weird boss fight, right? Like he's just zooming all over the place and I'm just, you know, spamming my rotation the same way I do rapid fire. I'm gonna have the black arrow up soon. Please don't run into me. Please don't run into me. Jesus Christ. All right, black arrow. And we're just gonna multi-shot. Stop it. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. First place DPS, by the way. By a large margin. Super large margin. Are these guys melee? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they're melee. Well, this guy, I'm not really sure what that guy is. But a lot of them are melee. Melee obviously has, I mean, look at this map, right? Like, look at what's going on. Imagine being melee right now on this boss. It's like disgustingly bad to be melee on this boss. Okay, the Blade Fist. Wow. Oh my goodness, man. Look at that. Beautiful. It's beautiful, you know? Like, I don't need it, unfortunately, right? Because it has a chance on hit. That's a melee weapon, but that's cool. Light Sworn Hammer. That's a cool little one. And then hollowed hand wraps. Nice. All right, guys, look at our rep. We did it. We did it. Shattered Halls heroic. Not so heroic, if I'm completely honest. Super duper easy. Not a challenge at all. And I was on top the entire time. And that's all a big plus. Because what should be coming next is a mythic. By the way, over 2,000 ranged attack power. That's a new one for me. And 874 bonus damage. One guy said hybrids are just not good enough. I think even with stats like this, and keep in mind, guys, I'm just mythic ready. Like, this is not even great gear. Because you have to think great gear would be like, what? Full mythics and then maybe even going into maybe like ascended or heroic raids. Like, that's the kind of stuff you really want to see. Look at the stats I have with what I've got. It's ridiculous. And I think it's just going to keep getting better. All right, guys. Mythic Hellfire Ramparts. I'm just double checking. I am only checking off the things I can do in Mythic. Okay, so this is apparently it. Let's begin. I am currently in first place DPS, guys, on this very first pull. The mobs definitely take longer to kill, though. So, but I'm at 4.5k cleave right now on these two guys. I am pulling aggro pretty consistently, and the Shadow Meld's on a long cooldown, so I've really contemplated this for a bit. Do I need Feign Death or something like that, right? Fade, because look at that. Like, that's not fair to the tank. I'm one of those, you know, I'm one of those DPS now that just pulls way too much, apparently, right? All right, these guys got me beat in cleave. Like, this one guy, he just stomped me in cleave. Blade Flurry, Heroic Strike, and autos, apparently. Jesus Christ. And then there was me next. Well, I'll definitely take that. This tank just said he can't tank and that we should kick him. Nobody was mad at him, but honestly, this just shows you how stressful the role is. I've spoke about this so much. The reason he feels the way he does is because he's having a hard time holding aggro. I already expressed how I wish I had maybe Feint or something like that, or Feign Death or Fade. These are all things I could have. The Shadow Meld is fine. It's not wonderful. It's not as good. And I don't even know if the other guys care like enough to even think about it, if they even have one. I didn't see anybody doing it. But that's why I always say, like, true good tank design eliminates threat from the equation. Tanks get threat for attacking the creatures. So yeah, you have to attack the creatures, right? And you have to think, okay, so why does that matter? Because if you have a perfectly designed build, threat is not an issue anyway. So why even give them the tumultuousness of having issues with threat? Focus on mitigation, on leadership, dungeon mechanics, skipping packs, what to do when, you know, boss mechanics, like stuff like that. Everything else is better than having to focus on threat. That's perhaps one thing retail did right. And he's just like super sad and like begging us to vote kick him right now. It's like so sad because of how relatable it can be. And another dude just left. Like, what a man. I waited forever. The healer just left. Okay, I was so happy. Okay, guys, apparently healer and tank left, but we immediately got it going again. The healer just DC'd, dude. His name was Hot Gay. I don't even know what to say. And now we have another one. Dr. Bankers. Please, God, let this one work. This guy's kind of sus because he has a succubus. I'm in first place with 8k DPS on that pull. Don't at me because it went down to 7,400. You know it was 8k. Who would have thought it would have been this build too? A ranger build of all builds in season 7. And I'm still calling it season 7 even though it really only applies to the other realm. It's still eras of Project Ascension that fundamentally do change the old realm as well, like when they add new enchants and stuff like that. This is literally like, it might not be as strong as Harbinger single target, but it's like 15 times better in my opinion anyway. It's more versatile, it's easier to build, less people want your stuff, it's more fun in my opinion as well. Highly recommend anybody play an EXPLO build. I did not know it was going to be this fun. I just hyper pulled shit. I just realized like people don't not pick it because they don't want the damage. They don't pick it because it pulls everything and then they super duper wipe. All right, we're fine. All right, I am going to disengage into them this time just to put the trap down. No! I didn't even I didn't even hyper pull everything. All my gear's broken. Luckily, there's a blacksmith right here in honor hold. Dude, another guy just left. Wow. People were not joking when they said that mythics were a shit show. And I'm so excited. All right, already got another dude. That's like the best. Okay, guys, we came in second. The new guy that joined is a better version of me. He actually is in full mythic, or at least like 80% full mythic, 120 item level gear, PvE, right? I have obviously still plenty of PvP power, but we're not really that far behind him. At certain times I was ahead, and sometimes on AoE pulls I'm definitely winning because of things like Starfall and Explosive Trap. However, look what just dropped. Scale leggings of the skirmisher. God, I hope I win. I won. Yes, dude, yes. He rolled a 7. It just wasn't meant to be. And now I get a level 120 scale leggings of the skirmisher. This is huge. I'm not going to replace this for a while. I'll tell you that much. See, on some of the AoE pulls, I can just barely beat this guy. And then we wipe. Jesus, wow. This guy's hunter pet keeps pulling everything, and now they're trying to vote kick him, apparently. I'm not going to do it. I feel like it was all coming down to my vote there. And I'm not going to do it. All right, first place there, and Leggards of the Shattered Hand dropped. Wow. I'll take 6.3k DPS on these pulls, man. This is great. Getting carried by Explosive Trap. I feel like you could build this completely different around just mowing down through like multiple big packs. Right now, this is very much single target based, I guess. Now, I've definitely noticed new mechanics on this one because I've ran a lot of Hellfire Ramparts. You know, on the first boss that we did, there was, first of all, archers shooting us from the sky. By the way, these casters have a different version of some kind of AoE fire effect that they were doing as well. A big fire circle appears on the ground. You got to get out of it or it does massive damage. And this guy, he's going to have a special mechanic as well. He's going to summon orbs. And I think the way this works with the orbs is that we simply have to get out of the way, right? But they're everywhere, and that's pretty cool because we're like finagling through the orbs. Oh yeah, there you go. That's what I was talking about. Well, that's a rain of fire, right? But there's another one, or maybe that's the same thing. So it's just like a better animation. But let's see who wins, right? Single target, all cooldowns. Stand still, please. There it is. Orbs. I don't know what this is. Like, I think I just get out of it. I think that's what that is. Yeah, and then he just pulls them all.
Of course you can.
I love this boss, dude. Yeah, the orbs, they keep coming up. They keep reappearing. Dude, am I actually in third? Are these guys swamping me? It is what I asked for, to be completely fair. It is what I asked for. Yeah, I just messed up my multi-shot. That's gonna make me pay. I just lost so much DPS. Oh my god, there's a hound on me making me go No! I was already in last. Get this thing off me. Oh my god. This is horrific. I can't cast spells. Dude, taunt it off me. Dude. Oh my god. Yeah, like I had to die. They just wouldn't take the hounds off me. I guess that was like sabotage. Yeah, come on, let me win this necklace as like payment for that. That necklace is actually bonkers, dude. It also dropped an offhand. That's pretty cool. I want it. Nobody else needed it. Yes. That is another piece of gear. Only a 5 item level difference that time. 2 pieces of gear in our first mythic run, man. And that was so scuffed. But these guys do big DPS. All right, black arrow once again. Explosive shot. Multi. Oh, man. I haven't canceled any multi shots. I think that's good. Just want to get away from people when they target me with this. I am in second. I will take second. I'm feared. Damn it. Egg D just died. He has no redemption now. There's no way to get past me. I'm guaranteed second place. Get wrecked, Egg D. All right, Fazrudin needs to die, right? Like, stay on him until he dies. All right, switch. Explosive shot the other guy. Multi to keep the buff up. Just like get out of the way, right? Way out of the way. Feared. I like being in second. That other dude's just like doing so well. He's just carrying so hard. I cannot wait to be him with more gear. Like, that just sounds so fun. A lot of you guys were also asking for the Blade Master. I hear you. Do keep in mind though, mirror image is not playable until Wrath, right? Mirror image is something I've been waiting for so I can make a proper Blade Master build for a really long time. No, am I gonna die here in the... Okay, the thing went away. He like summons a Hell Reaver, which would be a pretty cool weapon, by the way, to get in the mythic version of. All right, this is it. The final stretch. Egg D still obviously dead. No battle res, I guess. But we should have this. I'm getting trolled, right? All right, 3,200 for us, 4K for the other guy. I will take it. Let's see what dropped. Wow, that's a lot of gear. Okay, we've got spell power, and we've got a tank thing, and a spell power ring. Man, it's all caster stuff. Caster and 1 piece of tank gear. But you know what? I did get 2 pieces of loot this dungeon. There's nothing about that. That's bad. That's great. And yeah, that's it, guys. The first mythic. I will say, all of the new mechanics I saw, just like there's more to do with every boss. We wiped multiple times. That is pretty freaking sick. I actually think that the mythic versions of these dungeons are sufficiently challenging, especially considering that some of the people, most of the people in my party have gear. So I will definitely take that. All right, guys, that was the goal. A mythic dungeon has been completed. The EXPLO build is OP. If you want to see any more content on this server, let me know once again by liking the video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, leave a comment, but I'll see you in the next one. Mcdoubles out.